It is me, Amber D, otherwise known as the Office Bitch. I'm here to dish the truth uncut. Known by many as blunt as fuck, I don't have time to waste on small talk, nor do I have calories to waste on sugarcoating. My mission is to convert passive-aggressive leaders into clear-cut goal achievers. My mission is to boost the confidence of Black women in corporate America by teaching them how and when to speak up for themselves in an environment that would rather they be docile. Amber D, straight no chaser, ask about me. Now I'm here to talk about the sadness and despair that is the Cubicle Island. I've worked in corporate America. And I've worked in like big business, mostly in the financial sector out here in Des Moines, Iowa. There are a lot of financial institutions or like insurance companies. So there's a lot of time spent in cubicles, a lot of time spent doing work that you have to just be constantly producing to make metrics, to reach quotas. And it can be very lonesome and low-key like drive you insane. So I just wanted to share a couple of tips on how to maintain your sanity when you are working in Cubicle Island. First, I want to tell you a couple of crazy stories that I experienced. My very first cubicle job was working for I think they were insurance, mostly life insurance company. And I was a temp because I'm a perpetual temp. I'm always temping around because I get itchy if I stay at a company too long. But I was working as a temp in this particular company, and I was on a team. This team, they knew each other, I guess. What they did was they processed applications, and I was in there just coming in as a newbie, so I just had to make sure that the application that came in matched the application that was in the system. Boring as fuck, to be honest. And so I would come in and I would say hello, because I'm normally a bubbly personality. If I'm coming into a workplace, I believe in good customer service, and customer service does not stop with the people who are paying for the goods and services. It includes the way that you treat the people that you work with, the way that you treat your boss and your employees, as well as like vendors, but we're not going to get into that. So I would come in and be all, hey, good morning, hello, how's everybody doing, and and normally in previous positions people would respond, but in Cubicle Island, no one said hello, no one said good morning. They were all like nose dived into their damn monitors, and it drove me crazy. But I realized, okay, so this is the culture here. I'm a big advocate of a good company culture. The culture at this particular place was not very communicative from what I could tell. The only thing that I saw that they did that was trying to like be an initiative to improve company culture was like a costume party for Halloween or some shit, whatever. So I decided that I should just go ahead and pop in my earbuds like everybody else and just zone out to the music that I like to listen to while I got my work done. Cool. As much as I would like to say that solved the problem for me, it didn't. Because me personally, I like to talk to people. I like to interact. I like to know that something that I'm doing is helpful to another person. And if I'm not talking to anybody, there's no way for me to know that what I'm doing is helpful at all. So I ended up quitting, obviously. What happened, this is the thing that really blew my mind. There was a training that I was supposed to be a part of that I had no idea about because I had an email that hadn't been set up yet, but I was receiving emails about this training that I was supposed to go to. So the day came, my whole team is out, gone to training, and I'm just looking around like, well, where did everybody go? Nobody thought to say, hey, Amber, we got training. Are you coming? My supervisor didn't even come down and say, hey, Amber, we got training. Did you get that email, or are you coming? No. So what happened was I ended up missing the training, like the entire training that I needed to be able to move to the next level of tasks that they were giving me. Okay. That was like the last straw for me. I had barely had any conversations with my manager while I was in there, and when I did, it was real like tense or like forced for some reason. I don't know. I guess I make people uncomfortable just by being whatever. I made a lot of efforts to try to be like agreeable and sweet and kind and friendly and fit in and all that bullshit, which I'm obviously over. I'm done with that shit. So I ended up quitting, and I'm going to have to say that that was one of the best decisions I ever made, because if I would have stayed there, I would have continued to spiral downward into like the abyss that is depression that comes along with cubicle life. Now, there was another cubicle situation that I worked in, and in this particular company, it was like big bank that is actually under a lot of heat right now and has been for quite a while now, maybe a year. But the division that I worked in dealt mostly with real estate tax, so we dealt with a lot of checks, and the shit tripped me out. This one chick that I worked with, I was temping there too, but for some reason I wanted to get in so bad because the training process made it seem like it was such a great place to work, and then I saw, like, for myself with my eyes, that it really wasn't. People were chained to their desks. This chick actually came out of her mouth like, oh, wait until the days where you're coming in when it's dark and you're also leaving when it's dark. Huh? What? Bitch, what? You don't have a life? Like, you don't have a life outside of work? Like, work is your life? No, I don't believe in that. So I'm just going to give you a couple of tips on how to survive Cubicle Island. Shitty corporate culture. Tip number 1. Try to find somebody that's like you. Somebody that you can relate to. I know you're going to spend a lot of time in your little box with your computer screen in front of you, so there aren't a whole lot of opportunities to meet people. But normally a company where people work in their cubicles, they have initiatives to get people together. So they might have like a picnic or like a game day or a costume party, and in those senses you want to kind of put yourself out there and go up to the people that look or seem interesting to you, that you might have something in common with, and spark up a conversation about something random, what they're wearing, or oh my god, did you see that email from so and so, or did you hear about blah blah. Just start a conversation, see if you can get in good with somebody that you feel like you can relate to, and then maybe you guys can start taking lunch together, so you don't have to keep just taking your lunch back to your desk and eating by yourself and going crazy. Another tip would be to get up from your desk and go for some walks. They can't keep you, like, there are laws that say that you are allowed to take 2 15-minute breaks plus a 30-minute lunch break. That is like the requirement for breaks. So if you can, definitely take those 2 15-minute breaks, break them up so that your day is kind of chunked out, so that you're not like spending time like, you know, reeling and going crazy staring at your computer screen trying to reach these quotas. Take those 15-minute breaks, spread them out. 15 minutes before you go to lunch, 15 minutes after lunch before the end of the day, and just go walk around the campus, walk around to see what other people are doing, walk to the vending machine, go outside, breathe fresh air in the place where the smokers are not standing. If you smoke, go outside, have a smoke, and spark a conversation with the other smokers, since y'all got that in common. You know, you like cancer and shit, I guess. Here's another tip, my last and final tip. When you do spark a conversation with somebody, when you do finally make that connection, try to stay connected with them through, like, usually there's inter-office instant messages through IMs or through emails. You could just email or IM each other little stupid jokes or like little like dumb memes that would make them laugh. That's a way to kind of break up the mundane, the dryness of working in the cubicle island. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I didn't come in here to talk to you guys too long. I just wanted to give you a little tip, a couple of pointers. I haven't been doing any smudge and a beat. I haven't been doing any Zen shit, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you a smudge and a beat because this chick is going to be sitting behind me for a while. That is the angel in the rough, Dawniece Trumbo. I actually went to Iowa State with her. I never really got to form a relationship, like a friendship with her, but I met her on campus before. I've had a couple interactions online with her. She seems like such a beautiful spirit. Like, she's full of not only knowledge, she's very intelligent from what I can tell. She's beautiful. She seems to be friendly enough. She sent a daggone like card with the art, and it's beautiful. If you go to check her out, you can find her on Instagram, I'm sure, and on Facebook. If you find her on Facebook, it's Dawniece Trumbo. I'll try to include her information. I'll try to include some links below this video in the description so you can find her. But it's beautiful. She's great. So that's my smudge in the beak, Dawniece Trumbo, or Dawnesia. I think she goes by Dawnesia as an artist. And as for some Zen shit, I have a suggestion for that. This might sound a little woo-woo to you, but this is something that I actually believe in. This is something that I have experienced help from. If you feel like you're in a funk, like the energy or the vibe around you is making you feel tense or angry or sad or what have you, burn something. Now, if you're a pot smoker, you can burn some pot. That's always a good wind down. But otherwise, you can burn some sage. I like to burn sage. Sage is known to clear out all the energy, all of it. Not just the negative energy, but it clears everything out. You burn the sage in your room, you burn it in your house, you open your windows, you let it all out, close your windows, and you should have a clean, more refreshed. Not only is the air going to literally be cleaner, but the vibe is going to feel so much cleaner. And Palo Santo is another thing that I burn. Now, I got this from Hey Friend Hey, listening to the Friend Zone. I didn't know her when she was on her YouTube days, but on the Friend Zone podcast that I listen to through Loudspeakers Network, I have learned a whole lot from these guys. They're so amazing. But she was talking about this wood that you can burn called Palo Santo that has like a very cleansing smell that does a similar thing as the sage, except it also brings in the good energy. So if you're into different smells and different vibes, if you can get with that, there's my Zen shit for you. So I ain't got nothing left for you. Just a recap on what I told you to kind of survive Cubicle Island. Step outside yourself, talk to people when you get an opportunity at the vending machine, at the costume party, at the potluck. Step outside yourself, find somebody you feel like you might have something in common with, spark a conversation. Take all your breaks. This is tip number 2. Take all of your breaks. Every 15-minute break you get, you need to be up walking around. Step outside, breathe some fresh air, breathe some cancer air, walk just around the campus, look at things, look at people, look out the window before you go back to your desk. And then tip number 3, follow up with those people that you met at the costume party. Send them a funny meme through email or through instant messenger. But there's a little trick to that tip. You want to make sure whatever you're sending through the inter-office communications is not something that can be incriminating to you, because it is inter-office communications. Somebody has access to that. They can see what you're talking about. So just make sure that it's not anything that would incriminate you, that is anything too negative about somebody that you're working with. All right, that's all I got. I ain't got nothing left for you. Now, get out of my office. Beat it. Beat it.
See this pretty girl. Watch this pretty girl flow.